This is a real story of a demonic creature who chased their victims, and after killing them, he steals their faces. In Japan, it is said this creature appears in front of the victim, giving his back to him. He tries to approach the victim who crosses his path. It is said that sometimes even gets to talk with the victim. He makes personal questions about concerns you may have. It is said that if the victim is curious enough to approach him, Noppera Bo would steal his face. In Japan, there was a lot of sightings of Noppera Bo well documented between 1996 and 2001. It is said that reached nearly 200 reports of sightings, mainly on the parks and lakes in the Aburi Katara located in Hokkaido Prefecture, and around Lake Biwa in Shiga located in Kansai. At first it was believed that it was a series of misunderstandings or illusions sometimes created by alcohol, fatigue and other alternative reasons. But when the number of sightings reached to 35 in the first year, was declared as a collective psychosis. The first of these sightings occurred on August 2, 1996, when Ryutaro Abokara, 29 years, accompanied by his friends Kanata Madoka 27 year, Ajibana Arisa 29 years, and Matsunora Angel with 31 years old, all tourists from Tokyo, who came to visit the National Park Shikotsu in Toya. That afternoon the group claims that went to capture some photos of the sunset on the lake, when they saw a man kneeling in front of a tree beside the road they were following. The group said the man was wearing casually, like any other tourist there, but they realized that man never make a move, still on his knees, leaning his forehead against a tree. Madoka saw him, and asked softly why this man was doing that. Her friend Arisa said, she had the impression that he was praying. They were going to keep walking, but Ryutaro won't. That the man was alone. He wondered if he was hurt, so the young man approached and asked, "Sir, are you okay?" The man did not respond, just kept in his place without make a single move. Ryutaro took a few steps toward the man and asked again, "Hey, are you okay?" And the young man stepped closer to the stranger. Suddenly, he turns away his head from the tree, and quickly placed both hands on the floor as if he were preparing to stand fast. This sudden movement which impressed the young man, so he took a few steps back. But the strange man did not move. He stood there in that position. The scene was too strange. Ryutaro took a few steps back and asked again, "Sir, are you listening to me?" The man did not answer, did not turn or got up, but he slowly retook its original position with the head resting against the tree. Ryutaro was confused. He looked at the group, and Madoka, seeing this weird behavior, began to be afraid. Then she says, "Hey, get away from him. He don't want to be bothered, so let's go." The other girls nodded. So Ryutaro decides to leave it there and continue with the group. He started walking toward the girls, when suddenly, a man's voice is clearly heard saying, "Ryutaro." It sounds like a whisper but clearly. The stranger said that all the witnesses say at that time no one had told the name of any member of the group. However, the man calls Ryutaro by his name. But this was only the beginning. "Don't leave, Ryutaro. Come," said the stranger, and everyone was surprised for a moment. Ryutaro himself wondered for a moment if he knew that person or not. So he asked, "Who are you?" The man did not respond, just keep kneeling quietly. But Madoka do not like this rare situation and re-emphasized, "Hey, come on. This is very weird. Let's go." Ryutaro did not like this either, so cautiously he turned back to his friends, and they were preparing to leave when heard it say aloud, "Are you still sad about Shimabukuro's Sora, right? I can tell you how he feels and how you can back with him." This last comment fully caught the attention of Ryutaro and all the girls. It was true. Ryutaro was depressed because few days ago had ended a relationship with another boy. Matsunora Angel even say later that it was impossible that he know about Sora, because Ryutaro is very reserved in their relations, and he not touched the subject throughout the trip. At this point, Ryutaro was totally confused, so he asked again while he walks hesitantly toward the mysterious man, "Who are you? Is this a joke or what? How do you know me?" The stranger was still kneeling with his head resting on the tree. He said, "He thinks a lot about you. I can tell you everything, but it's just for your ears. Come closer and listen." Madoka interrupted the situation again. "Hey, come on. This is scaring me. Come on." Then Angel could not resist this anymore and says, "Maybe he knows Sora. But are you? This is not normal. Let's go." The words, "this is not normal," crossed the mind of the young, and that was when his common sense was activated, and he realized the situation was too bizarre. Something was wrong here. Ryutaro walked away from the man to return with the girls, but when the stranger realizes that Ryutaro leaves, got up very quickly, and turned running at full speed trying to reach Ryutaro. It was at this point that all the witnesses could see it. No eyes, no facial features. The man who had spoken to them not even had mouth. All shouted in terror and ran in panic trying to escape. The faceless man only ran behind Ryutaro, so he trying to escape took a different way of his friends. The girls ran up to the funicular where they asked for help. The security report dictates that a suspect had attacked and chased a tourist named Ryutaro Abokara, 29 years old. They called the police and together, with park officials, organized a search group, and even somehow a reporter appeared at the scene to cover the story. This is a moment where the story ends saying that nobody never see him again, right? But no, he survives. 4 hours later, at 9 p.m. the group received a call reporting Ryutaro had arrived safely on their own at the park entrance. He also said that he had to escape from a faceless man, who disappeared after chasing him for a little more than 1 minute. But he kept running even when he could no longer see him, and when he got tired, was disoriented and did not know where to go. Then came the night, and Ryutaro felt very afraid to move. But when he could not see nothing, was that same fear that made him get armed with a stick and walk through the park in search of the exit. It appeared in the newspaper the next day. A group of tourists had been attacked by Noppera Bo. This was the beginning of a wave of sightings of this creature. Perhaps this legend can be real. It may simply be a lunatic wearing a mask that covers his entire face, including his eyes. But it should be noted, and no one ever noticed something that seems to be like a mask. It is possible to 4 persons, who saw him straight, not detect any facial features in this man. Perhaps they were wrong. But what's about the other nearly 200 sightings? Many people can be wrong, or maybe the Noppera Bo is more than a legend. Could be even exist something like that. And you, what would you do? If in the middle of the night when you return to your home, an unknown person is standing in the middle of the road, giving the back to you, and speaks with a voice that you never hear before, calling you by your name, let me know at the comments below. If you don't like this video, please also let me know what you not like in order to improve. But if you like this video, please subscribe, share and give me like.